Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. I'm going to address a topic that I've had multiple requests about in my channel. I didn't want to simply because I don't like to give some topics energy. You know, and it's true, that energy flows where attention goes. So let's do a quick look at something and then put it behind us, okay? I'm talking about the scheduled and announced EBS test happening in the United States on October 4th between 2 and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So there's been a lot of chatter about it, rumors and speculation. I think they break down into two main rumors. And then there's a theory that I really resonate with. Theory number one is that the test is going to provide the deep state or cabal with some tracking information about patriots. Now, unless you are in a job situation where you have to be very discreet about where your political views really are, I don't think that's a big concern. Or, if you're a military member and you don't want your location to be pinpointed, it would make sense to not have that readily available. You'd probably never have a device on you that was turned on when you were on duty. But I make no secret about what my politics are. I make no secret about my whereabouts. I'm not really worried about any location plans for that. And really, most of us can be located. If you've been trying to stay off grid, then yes, take steps. This is the Laura's View part of this video. Now, the other theory is even more nefarious, that people that have graphene oxide in them, which at this point, probably all of us have some, but especially if you've had protocols that had them included, that there's going to be embedded in this EBS test an activation, a 5G activation of people's inert ingredients that are in our bodies that weren't there when we were born. I don't put anything past evil, but the one thing I do know about evil, I doubt that they would telegraph their moves that openly. If they were going to send something by way of an EBS, I don't think we'd get any warning about it at all. Now, the theory about all this that really resonates with me came from a TikTok viewer named Akura. And she said, and I totally agree with this, that the purpose of all of these rumors and all of this concern that's being generated is to create loosh and to harvest it. Now, loosh is, if you're not familiar with the term, the substance that we create on a kind of a psychic level when we're anxious or fearful or worried about something. Now, this is simply a 1-minute test, folks. If it's got nefarious purpose, let's take a look at a compilation I've got. You can look at one of the theories and a couple of possible remedies, and then we'll see if the universe tells us that there's anything to worry about. Okay, I don't think there is, but then I make a conscious effort to live a fear-free life. And I hope you do too. But if you're not there yet, or you still struggle with that, let's look at this compilation. And I think the universe will probably give us some cards that aren't too concerning. Hey, and if I'm wrong, we'll find out together. 1 second while I go to this compilation, which will be available to you if you click on the video description box, and there's a Facebook link there. 1 second. Okay, so in my compilation here, which is by no means comprehensive, but it'll get you started, okay? The Real Raw News had an article that the White Hats plan to disable their phones during that test window, okay? And there were a couple of interesting comments about here. Here is one subscriber that talked about how to make a homemade Faraday cage using aluminum attic radiant barrier foil. I thought it was very interesting. That's something that's available at any home improvement store. And I include that because one of my viewers said, oh, I'll just stick my device in a microwave during that test window and use it as a Faraday cage. That, according to articles I read, has a very limited application because an EBS signal and or an EMP event can be very broadband. And so you can't be guaranteed that your device is safe if it's in a microwave. So if you want to buy one, they're available from almost every online retailer. There's still time to get one in. You can look into making one. Don't just count on having your device turned off, because I have a viewer in Germany that shared this with us. We just had our EBS nationwide test here in Germany on the 14th, I believe. Funny is, they hyped it up, but did not announce any results of whether it worked or how much it did cover. It sure went off here. I have a very simple prepaid mobile phone, which I only charge up and take if on a trip or needing to meet up with someone. Mine even went off, although neither charged nor turned on. So she had her phone off and it still went on during their EBS nationwide test. Okay, now here is an article from PC Magazine on how to make your own Faraday cage. Then again, there's a subscriber one here. So there's just a few items there for you to know and mull over if you decide to either make or buy a Faraday cage. But again, the cautions are your microwave may not have the broadband protection that you might be looking for. Turning off your device may not provide the protection you're looking for. So let's go to the cards and see what they want us to know. We're going to be asking just simply for insights and information about the upcoming EBS test in the United States on October 4th. If there's information, insights, or advice to be had about the topic. And specifically, I think my specific question is there anything to fear? And then please include any insights, information, or advice that is applicable in this situation. I'm going to move the cat because Alieska, my third co-host, is on the job here. Change the camera, and we'll find out together what the universe wants us to know. So let's see what the universe wants us to know. Is there anything to fear? Are there advice? Is there advice or insights, further information about this upcoming test? And please, don't have fear about it. If you decide to take some steps, take some steps. Just put it on your calendar. That date I'm doing this, this, and this with my devices. And don't let yourself produce that substance they're looking for. Okay, the moon's showing that. The 5 of Swords, High Priestess, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Okay, as usual, I'll discuss with you what the cards seem to be telling me. And then we'll look at some elements in the cards that led me to say that they should always match up. Okay, I may say that I'm focusing on this element of this card today, but I shouldn't say I'm going to totally disregard the information here. It should incorporate some elements of each card, should incorporate in what I say. We have 2 cards in this spread so far that are major arcanas, the High Priestess and the Moon. Both of these kind of give a clue that there are some mysteries involved with this situation, which may be why there's been so much interest in this upcoming event, and that there's some hidden information going on. So the plans behind, I'm not getting any yeses as far as is there something to worry about, but it was a potential when this was being planned. There is alt media chatter that the EBS system, there's actually 2 in play in the United States, one by the White Hats and one recently re-engineered by the deep state. Now, we're getting reassured that whatever the situation is, again, this test is just supposed to take a minute of our time, 1 minute of 1 hour of the day. So that's good. That's absolutely good. And I think what I'm getting intuitively is that the mysteries involve just more getting the collective conscious to, again, create illusion, fear, but also to maybe make us a little more reliant on systems like this. You see, in Maui, when the EBS was not activated for the fires in Lahaina, some people decided, since there was no EBS going on, maybe the situation wasn't dire. So I think what they're trying to do probably is to get us to make that go nationwide, to have people so reliant on the EBS for emergency information that when we don't have it, we assume all is well. If things in your neighborhood, in your vicinity, seem like there's danger, don't let the lack of a notice make you take action. To be cautious, to, start your plan B, your hits the fan plan. If so, again, yeah, I think it's going to appear on the surface to go off just uneventful. It's going to give the normies a chance to laugh at people that worried about it. And, with all of the evil in our world and how nefarious we are only starting to learn it truly was, our caution on events like this, our mistrust of systems that are supposedly from the government for our own good is absolutely justified. So don't let yourself be embarrassed because you wanted to be cautious, because you wanted to be careful, because you said, hey, what's the underlying plan after the stated one? Because we live in that world right now where we have to look at what's the real plan going on here, not what they're telling us. So again, some mysteries involved. And I think what I'm getting is that they're hoping to actually build our trust and reliance in the EBS system. I don't see that there's going to be so much of a issue with activations and such, like some of the more extreme rumors have had. Although I wouldn't discount that. Like I said, though, if they're going to do that, I think it's going to be spur of the moment. We won't know when it is, just like we didn't wake up on 9/11 and know that there was something going to happen, that would change our country and our world forever. Okay, the current, we've got a card kind of reassuring here with the 6 of Pentacles, which is a card of kind of generosity and balance. So again, short-lived situation, some secrets involved with it, some mysteries, absolutely short-lived. Looking forward here, we have the 8 of Wands, again, for fast-moving events, and the EBS system is, supposed to let us know when there's a problem and they don't have time to get it on the evening news or what have you. It's supposed to be available to us in shorter order than that. But again, very well aspected on either side with the 10 of Pentacles, which is a card of success and joy, and all generations included in it. So again, the success and joy is not going to be evil plans that are being enjoyed. And then the Page of Cups shows up. Page of Cups, while not our most significant card here, often talks about guidance. So yeah, and often a pleasant surprise on the way. So let's make what happens as far as a pleasant surprise be the lack of worry and concern on the part of those of us who will be hearing this EBS system when it goes off. Let's get a couple more cards for further insights and see what, looking ahead, the universe wants us to know. Okay, we have the 7 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, kind of a white hat card, and he can act a little recklessly and prematurely. So he may be indicating actually that the televised time and stuff may be a little bit off, that it may happen a little sooner than we thought. And then the 7 of Pentacles usually speaks to only partial, not so much success, but outcome that was hoped for. So again, if there were some planned events, some planned hopes, if it's as simple as harvesting loosh, if it's as horrible as activating dormant things in people's DNA, only a little of what they hoped is even going to be on the table, much less rolled out. And ultimately, it's looking really good. So nothing to worry about here. Just nothing to worry about, despite the events that happen. If there's more than one, we have no cause to worry. None. So let's recap. We asked the cards about the EBS that's proposed for the United States on October 4th. We looked at a couple theories about it, concerns about it, and then asked the cards. What we got is there is some hidden information and mysteries involving the situation. Absolutely. There were some plans regarding this that, so some of the chatter, some of the fears people have had actually came from a place of, yeah, there were actually some nefarious plans. Are they going to roll out? No, not at all. In fact, we got some reassuring cards here for the present with the Six of Pentacles. So plans haven't worked out, and we're going to benefit from actions that have been taken in that regard. And then looking ahead, our cards were really good. We had the Ten of Pentacles, a celebration that affects everybody kind of card. A reminder that events are speeding up and going to happen, okay? And the hidden blessing card with the Page of Cups shows up, and also a card that talks about, some worthwhile effort and some guidance. So we are, the collective consciousness is being activated. It is being constructed. We are at that 100th monkey point collectively. And while there's still some plans that evil tries to roll out, it's not going to affect the fact that people are learning to question narratives, to think for themselves. And this is going to come in handy because one of the deep state hopes is that we will actually grow in our reliance on those EBS systems and not use our own judgment and discernment when we're in a time or place or situation where we need to prioritize safety and take action. So don't wait for Big Brother to tell you there's a problem. If that's what your senses are telling you, act accordingly, okay? And again, if you choose to make or buy Faraday cage for your devices, there's still time to do either of those things. Just be aware that apparently simply turning off your device isn't sufficient, and a microwave is not a great solution for, it's better than nothing, but it's not a great solution because there may be a broadband type of application to the energy that has to be dealt with. As for me, I'm going to leave mine on and see what they roll out. But again, I haven't had protocols that make me concerned about having a high level of additives in my system that have inert ingredients that could be activated. I make no secret of my politics or my location. So I'm not worried about either of those things. I'm going to see what happens. So, and one of the outcomes hoped for, I believe, also is the opportunity to laugh at people that had concerns and worries, to make people embarrassed about having those concerns and worries. If you are thinking beyond the narrative, if you're looking to see, well, what's the agenda really, never be embarrassed about that. That shows that you're starting to use your critical thinking and your discernment, and that quite honestly scares the snot out of evil. So let's keep them needing tissues. Let's keep scaring the snot out of them by using our discernment, by not living fear-filled lives, by enjoying our life and, being reasonable about our expectations, about things we concern ourselves with, and careful about where we let our energy go, our attention go, because that's where our energy goes. So let's keep evil on a starvation diet, okay? And get her done. I'm ready for this world to change where a video like this isn't even needed. So until next time, because we're not there yet, I send you love and light and wish for you everything bright. Bye.